Welcome to CommSpark. My name is Taylor Gorning, and I'm here with Brian Minick, the Chief Information Security Officer with Fifth Third. And Brian, for those of you who are those that don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to come have this conversation.
Absolutely.
As you mentioned, I'm the Chief Information Security Officer at Fifth Third. Previously to that, I was at General Electric, was the cybersecurity leader for their aviation, energy, and transportation businesses. Left there and started a cybersecurity startup here in Cincinnati called Morphic, and we grew that business, sold it to Booz Allen Hamilton, and this opportunity opened up here at Fifth Third, and happy to be here.
Great. So let's start off this way. What would you say your team's, your organization, or your greatest accomplishment over the last 12 months has been?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because in the world of cybersecurity, particularly in the banking sector, you know, a lot of the challenges that we face are multifaceted. For example, it's not just a cyber attack where someone's on a computer doing something. They pair that with people on the ground trying to maybe take cash out of an ATM or make a withdrawal from an account. So our biggest accomplishment really in the last year is the creation of our Cyber Fusion Center. And the concept there is, as we think about these multifaceted attacks and challenges that we deal with, how do we combine the cybersecurity expertise that my organization has with the law enforcement expertise and boots on the ground that bank protection has, with the fraud expertise that our fraud organization has, and be able to cut across all of those organizations to detect some of these multifaceted attacks that we're dealing with. So we opened our Cyber Fusion Center at the late 2018 and have been building that capability out and bringing those teams together. So it is both a combination of a physical space where we can facilitate interactions, but also a set of tools and capabilities that sit behind that enable us to detect attacks, respond to those attacks in a very dynamic way as attackers change their tactics, their techniques. We need to respond just as quickly, if not more quickly, to those types of things. So that Fusion Center really helps us pull all those pieces together to deal with what we're seeing from a modern cyber and even bank protection perspective.
Yeah, very exciting. So what's been the biggest hurdle or challenge in order to launch this and get to that point?
Yeah, honestly, the biggest challenge we've been dealing with is finding talent. When you think about the cybersecurity industry, there are just a huge gap or deficit of qualified people within the space. It's growing. The industry is growing considerably, and it's fairly young. So you look at college programs, things like that just are not there to generate to feed the industry as it's growing. So that becomes one of the biggest challenges that we've dealt with. Just within my organization over the last year, we've almost doubled the size of the organization. And that's taken on kind of a combination of engineering capability, people who can create software, and more your hardcore security minded folks as we go about doing that. So for us, the key there in overcoming that is, how do we not just find talent out there in the industry and bring it inside? That is a big part of it. But how do we also groom talent inside the organization and develop it from the inside out? So it's kind of a multi-pronged strategy, if you will, for how we address that.
Yeah. So obviously a board level conversation around cybersecurity and risk and protection and everything else. How important is it to align to the different parts of the organization? I mean, with the initiative around Fusion, it sounds like that's what's going on from a security perspective. But how important is it to align the different parts of the organization, and what are some of the ways that you accomplish that?
It's a fantastic question. I think within the security industry, there's a couple mindsets around that. One mindset is you have security and you have business enablement, and those are two opposing forces that you need to find the appropriate balance between, right? I believe if you're able to understand the business to a deep enough level, you can actually find ways where you can increase security and enable the business more effectively. But that requires me and my organization to have a very intimate understanding of the business, what they're doing, how they're doing it, so we can find those opportunities to create the win-win, if you will.
Yeah.
So that's a key part for us, is getting engaged, getting to understand those pieces, and breaking down that mental mindset that this is a winner, loser, finding the right balance type of situation, right? And then the other piece is, how do we use cybersecurity really as a differentiator with our customers? Fifth Third is a relationship bank. It's all about building that relationship. And what we do from a cybersecurity perspective helps develop trust within that relationship. So I mentioned the Fusion Center. That, in addition to helping us tie all the pieces together inside the bank and do a better job of protecting our customers, it's also a place where we can bring customers and bring the community to see what we're doing, to understand how we're doing it. So we've hosted a number of customers within the space. We've had local schools come out and see, back to the talent development piece, and how can we get people interested in kids, in school, interested in the field, even down to, we hosted local law enforcement within there as well. So we really try to make it a functional place, as well as a place where we can engage the community and our customers to help enable the business and find that.
It's not just awareness within the business units, it's outside to clients and partners and customers.
It is, exactly. And when you look at cyber attacks today, it's not just the bank that's getting attacked, it's you as a customer, someone trying to fool you into thinking that they are the bank, or whatever, to hand over, maybe you get a login screen that you think is from us and it's not. You give your user ID and password, those types of things, right? So how can we not just protect ourselves, but also educate and help protect our customers as well?
Yeah. Well, thanks for educating not just your internal constituents, but the rest of the community as well. So Fifth Third is a very important organization in this community, and really appreciate the insight during this time, and wish you continued success and another great accomplishments over the next year.
Thank you. Appreciate it,
Brian.
Thanks.
If you have any other questions or want more information, you can go to comspark.tech.